Tom Letto here from Aloha Energy, and welcome to a little project we're working on for the New Beginning Community Church Incorporated in Hudson Falls, New York.
What are we going to see?
And we're going to see where we're bringing Aloha foam to this project. We're helping out quite a bit. We're volunteered our spray foam demo rig, and our lead tech, George, who you'll meet later, is doing the foaming for the project. And we've supplied the materials at almost cost.
Great, let's check it out.
Okay, let's go. Aloha again, Tom from Aloha Energy, and I'd like to introduce you to Pastor Randy, the creator or the inspiration for this little project, and he's going to tell you a little bit about it. How do you do, Pastor Randy?
Great. Right. When we started our building project about 3 years ago, I began researching different types of buildings, and I was originally going to build it with a steel building and all the traditional fiberglass foam or fiberglass bad insulation. And in the course of my research, I ran on to Monolithic Dome Institute and the dome technology of using closed cell insulation to insulate underneath and the entire building envelope. And so as things progressed, I got in touch with a architect from Salt Lake City who put us on to this shape of building for our first phase building. And as a part of doing it that way, I went to our site plan engineer, who then he in turn told me about the arcs blocks, and which was an easy sell because of the sound is estimated to be an STC 50, which you virtually are in a cone of silence, but the R value, technically they call an R22, but more likely an R50 wall. And then the architect was very favorable of using isonine or an open cell foam. So as we began our process of building, we got connected with George McKinney, and which led us to Tom, and that's how we came in contact with Aloha Energy, and that's how we got connected to put this what is going to turn out to be 100,000 board feet of foam underneath our roof deck. And this building, when it's complete, will heat virtually with candles. We've done research and talked with a lot of people who built this with this method that we're using. One car dealership had 30,000 square feet where they used 1,000 gallons of oil a month. And after they built with the arcs blocks and foamed the rest of their building, their usage went from 1,000 gallons a month down to 1,000 gallons for an entire heating season. And so talking with a number of homeowners that I did, and people who had owned buildings. We also did a tour of the Southwest and talked with people who had built with the dome technology using the styrofoam insulation. And we became very convinced that that was the only way to go about it. So even if the upfront costs are higher, we felt very strong about using it over time. The payback is enormous. On the Monolithic Dome Institute website, they have a chart that shows the energy savings over, say, a 25-year period, would actually pay for the building's payments just from the energy savings.
Yeah.
So that's a very unique way of looking at building a building, is you look at the energy savings over time.
So Pastor Randy, for the process to become LEED certified, was it that much harder than not even thinking about it?
Not really. With the help of NYSERDA, we did the new construction program, and filled out the application for it, and then the people in New York at the office there in Albany, they actually handled all of the louder. They actually handled all of the work of the paperwork, and then the architect, once he started designing the building, he did all the energy modeling, completed all of the necessary documentation for it, and then at the end of the project now, we were going to go with NYSERD a complete building design rebate, but instead we opted to go with just the cash incentives for the various components. And those components that we've used obviously are the ARCS blocks, which are manufactured not far from us. The concrete comes right here in town, and is actually, this Portland cement is manufactured right here in our town. We used standing seam steel roof, which is a green product and renewable. So much of the building envelope is and the foam here is a locally manufactured product, and so a lot of what we've used here, the flooring, all the building envelope basically comes from right here in our area, as well as the doors. They are high-end insulated door manufactured right here. I think it's only 40 or 50 miles away is the manufacturing plant for that. So that's a part of the green building movement itself, is to use products close by.
Mr. Randy, thanks again for giving us all this terrific information about your building and spending time with us, and we look forward to a quick little tour of the building.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can see here, this is a full 12 inches across. This form has an 8-inch concrete core, which is a combination of concrete and steel rebar reinforcement. And once this will cure for the next 100 years and continually get stronger and stronger. And many of these buildings are being built for FEMA is actually helping fund building these buildings for emergency shelters for people. And so that's a very cool plus to this type of design, is the strength. And under this 9,600 square foot floor area, there's 11,000 lineal feet of tube that we put down in one day's time with 25 volunteers.
Oh.
So it's quite a story of its own.
Yeah.
Combination of brick and natural stone going on the building. We want to make use of wind power as well, because the wind is very strong on this property, almost always blowing. Mm-hmm. And so that's a part of our future plan. Yeah, long-term plan.